Oke yuk.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Mr. and Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic of today is this house would criminalize individual and not recycle. As an affirmative team, we totally agree with this statement. Before we go into our argument, let me define some important terms related with this motion. This house individual and organization who do not recycle. Garbage is the residual waste from a product or item that is no longer used but can still be recycled into a valuable good. Factors of causing waste are increased consumption by human and caused by low public awareness and education, with regulation and an increase in population. If garbage management is not handled properly, it will have an impact on decreasing the quality of life. The beauty of the environment, the potential of flooding will be greater because it is possible that the flow of water resulting in disaster, surge of floods, and the decline in the health quality of the people around the area. Today, as a first speaker, Lendah will tell you about the impact of garbage accumulation of the surrounding environment. Our second speaker, Rosa Amurwasiwi, will be told about the importance of environment conservation. And our third speaker, Vika Melani, will give her argument and sum up our. Now, I'm going to discuss about the impact of garbage accumulation for the surrounding environment. Why we agree with this argument is, why we agree with this statement is because action to criminalize perpetrator who do not recycle garbage can cause a deterrent effect to that people on garbage. As we know, garbage is a serious problem in the world. The accumulation of garbage in the environment can contaminate river water and groundwater. While groundwater is very important for human survival. Not only for human, garbage is also very dangerous and harmful to other predators such as animal and plant. The most severe things at this time is the accumulation of plastic waste in the ocean. This results damaging the marine ecosystem, and the most dangerous impacts is plastic waste. The ocean can kill animals in the sea. So, Mr. and Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, the act of recycling garbage is very beneficial for the Earth's environment, and the mortal. That's all my argument about the motion. This House will criminalize individual and organization who do not recycle. Our second speaker will continue with her argument. Thanks for your attention.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Mr. and Madam Judges. Gentlemen, the topic of our debate today is that the House would criminalize individuals and organizations who do not recycle. We, as the affirmative team, strongly agree about this statement. But before we come to our argumentation, let me first introduce myself. Me as the second speaker, Rosa Amurwasiwi, standing here. Our first speaker already talked about the impact of garbage accumulation for the surrounding environment. Of course, it gives a lot of bad impact. We totally believe that environmental damage should be addressed urgently. Nowadays, there is a lot of information about the deterioration of the environment. This deterioration is mostly caused by some industrial who dumping the waste carelessly. Consequently, the environment starts full of garbage and nature were damaged. We totally agree with the statement that should criminalize individuals and organizations who do not recycle. Now, I, as the second speaker, will talk about the importance of environment. Environmental conservation is the prevention, management, and conservation of natural habitat and species. Humans have existed side by side with nature. We cannot live with it. However, the nature is very important for us. The impact of environmental damage is that will be increased pollution of soil and lack of trees and many more. By the destruction of nature, we also will have difficulty on gas, oxygen, water, and healthy food. It would eventually create new problems such as global pandemic, famine, and the other social impact. By not recycling any garbage, we are speeding up the damage occurs of Earth. Furthermore, the company who dumping the waste carelessly. By preserving the Earth, we also contribute in sustainability of creators upon the face of the Earth. So, Mr. and Madam Judges, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, criminalized individuals and organizations is one of the great solutions on sustain environmental. We must give some deterrent effect for those who destroy the environment. That's all my argument as the second speaker of the team about the motion. This House would criminalize individuals and organizations who do not recycle. Our third speaker will continue with her argument and sum up our team guests. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here with you today. My name is Melanie. As a third speaker, I'm here to conclude the argument of our team. The topic of our debate is that this House will criminalize individuals and organizations who do not recycle. We are, as the affirmative team, believe this statement is true. Let me bring you back to the first and the second speaker point. Our first speaker spoke to you about the impact of garbage accumulation of the surrounding environment. Our second speaker spoke to you about the importance of environment conservation. And my point is that waste is one of environment issues that have become a serious problem. Plastic pollution is the most common thing we face. Most plastic products are burned or sent to a landfill, when in fact they are recyclable. Besides plastic products, there are a lot of things we can recycle, such as metal, glass, paper, etc. There was a strong relationship between solid waste generation and population. In developing countries are more severely impacted by unsustainable managed waste. If we do not recycle garbage will pass up and it's considered as pollution. When we do not recycle, we destroy our natural habitats. Recycle is a positive movement. It's worth doing either for short terms or long terms. Recyclable material must be recycled so as not to create a risk to the environment and human health. Recycling laws need to be more strict for this matter. In order to gain success, we need to focus on supporting government priorities that have potentially transformational impact. The individual and organization that possibly be a barrier must be shut down. In order to do that, just like the topic of our debate today, the government should criminalize individuals and organizations who do not recycle. That's all I've got to say on this matter. To digging into this issue with us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.